Hello arbitrageurs! In this video I'll show you how you could make money by delisting the LAVAR token. It was delisted from the Binance exchange and spreads appeared between different exchanges. I'll show you how I found this signal, how I could enter a trade and take profit. Today we'll be analyzing a deal. It'll be very interesting, so watch the video until the end. Give it a like, subscribe if you're new here. Let's get started. On your screens is the LAVAR token on the Gate exchange. We see a sharp dump. This dump happened because the token was delisted from Binance, meaning it's being removed from Binance and you won't be able to trade this token on Binance anymore. And such dumps usually happen during delistings, especially from major exchanges. And we can arbitrage these delistings because spreads appear. Not everyone manages to sell on all exchanges at the same time. Some sell more, some less. Because of this, a price difference arises, which we can take advantage of. In this case, there was a spread between different exchanges. I'll show you using the example of Gate.mex how I found this spread in the first place. I received a notification from the Arbitrage Scanner. In my Telegram channel Arbitrage with Nikita, which is linked in the description, I sent you a notification that there are spreads on the LAVAR token. In fact, the spread between the BingX and Binance exchanges was about 17%. I even saw spreads of 19%, 18% between different exchanges. So the spread was fluctuating a lot, and I told you guys, here's the spread, here's the arbitrage opportunity. Then I updated the post to say that there's also a 6.5% spread between Gate and MEX. Like on Gate, it's on spot, and on MEX, it's on futures. So if you want to look for such spreads, use an arbitrage scanner. I've been using this software for a long time. It shows arbitrage opportunities between different exchanges, tells you where to buy, where to sell, and how much you'll make. We'll go over it in more detail a bit later. Let's move on to the actual trade. If you want to earn like I do on this LAVAR token, you'll definitely have to use an arbitrage scanner because you won't be able to catch these trades manually. You need to monitor all the exchanges where something got delisted, what's happening where. But here, the scanner automatically sends you a notification, you enter the trade and make a profit. Okay, let's keep going. Now the spread has already closed because the token on MEX is at 71.33 and here it's 72.7. So there's just a small spread left. Basically, you can say it's closed. What should we have done? We should have been buying back on MEX. Actually, when a delisting happens, it's better to skip this biggest move because you could get wiped out there. And in general, you absolutely shouldn't use high leverage here. Anything above 1x leverage is a no-go because with these risks, you'll just get liquidated. So we wait until this biggest dump candle passes. This dump happens, and somewhere around here, when the selling volume starts to decrease, when people are selling less, when we've more or less reached the bottom, that's when we can enter a position. Because it's very dangerous to get in during this divergence. You can see here too, there were different prices. The maximum price was 24.47. There was basically no spread here. Pff, now that was a spread. That was a real spread. If you had caught that candle, caught it short, guys, you would have made a lot of money. A lot of money. Yeah, but in any case, you could have easily taken even just between Gate and MEX. There was a 6.5% spread, super easy. Yeah. So the point is, we wait for this dump to happen or we try to catch it right from the start. Well, by the way, there was a squeeze here right before, most likely the delisting. They squeezed out everyone who was shorting on purpose. Maybe they knew there would be a delisting, or maybe there was news about the delisting right here. Honestly, I don't even know at what time. I don't want to check. I'm just too lazy. Doesn't matter. In any case, all the short sellers got squeezed out and then it just crashed down with heavy selling. And if you had caught that candle, of course, damn. But again, that's all in the realm of what if only. Doesn't matter. Yeah, that's why we wait for the biggest dump candle to happen and then we look at the spreads. Since there was a spread between spot and futures, we buy on spot. In other words, we buy the token on MEX, and on futures on Gate, we short it. By the way, right now the spread is still there, though it's small, it's narrowing, but still present. So even now you can still grab a small percentage from the spread. So what do? Accordingly, when we short on Gate and buy on MEX, we need to do it for the same amount. So if our total position size is say $600, then we buy $300 worth on spot and short $300 on Gate with 1x leverage for the same amount, and ideally we open both positions at the same time. You need to make sure the spread remains so that the price on MEX is lower and on Gate it's higher. When the prices converge, we lock in this spread and after deducting the commission, we make a profit. That's how we operate. Again, I absolutely do not use high leverage, especially during delistings. Never. That's an immediate red flag. High leverage will liquidate you instantly. Guys, so 1 or 2 times leverage is the absolute maximum. You don't necessarily need to have margin. You can also enter trades using isolated margin. That way it will be safer. And so using the Arbitrage Scanner software, you can look for such spreads. You can set up notifications for yourself. Just go to Arbitrage Products, Arbitrage Futures, and set up a notification directly to your Telegram channel. And as soon as a spread appears, you'll receive a notification in your Telegram channel. You'll see, okay, this token, this exchange to buy, this exchange to sell, and how much you'll earn. Okay, you go in and take the profit. There are settings here. You can enable advanced settings. Exchanges where you want to buy the token, exchanges where you want to sell the token. You can also add a whitelist of currencies you want to arbitrage. For example, you can just enter the LEVAR token here, and that's it. It will only show spreads for the LEVAR token. If there are any, they will be displayed. Then there's the blacklist, tokens you don't want to be shown. Next, minimum transaction amount, maximum minimum profit, and strategy. Futures plus futures, futures spot, spot futures. That's it. And of course, regarding strategy, for example, I personally like spot plus futures, meaning we buy cheaper on the spot market and short higher on the futures market. When the prices converge, we lock in the spread and take the profit. Next, you can set the maximum funding rates, price, profit, and spread. In other words, you can customize the settings to your preference and start arbitraging. Also, this table at the bottom shows the token where there is a spread, then the actual spread, the spread history, the exchanges where you need to buy, and the exchanges where you need to sell. In this case, it's the spot plus futures strategy. That is, we buy on the spot market, short on the futures market, and the profit is what we earn. We also display the spreads, and in general, you can customize this table for yourself, set the volumes, funding rates, and other things you need. You can specify them here or hide something if you don't need it. Naturally, this is how you use software like Arbitrage Scanner. By the way, the links are in the description. Be sure to check them out and use them. There's also a free trial day, so test it out and give it a try. I've been using this software for a long time. It's a really great tool. Besides that, there's also inter-exchange arbitrage here. Arbitrage scanning, go here, and you'll see deals for inter-exchange arbitrage. That is, you buy cheaper on one exchange, transfer to another, and sell at a higher price. It shows the profit you will earn. Accordingly, it displays the networks, fees, and withdrawal time. So here, you need to make sure the networks are the same, the fee is low, and that you can actually make a profit from it. That's why even inter-exchange arbitrage is available here too. There are also advanced filters, you can set up notifications as well, and of course grab some cash. In addition, you can do arbitrage between CEX and DEX here. Go to the DEX scanner and you can select pairs and choose the exchanges where you want to track that particular pair. You can also select a pool, and you'll receive notifications about that pool directly in your Telegram channel. If there's a spread, you can buy cheaper on the DEX, short at a higher price on the exchange, or arbitrage between exchanges. That is, you buy on the DEX, transfer to the CEX, sell at a higher price, and make a profit from the difference. So CEX and DEX are both available here as well. There's also a table with funding rates. Right now, for example, there's funding on the left token because of very high volatility. For example, between Gate and MEXC, you can do arbitrage between funding rates. There's a 0.95% profit to be made in 8 hours, right? And with Binance, the token was delisted, so the rate there is 0. So you can even arbitrage like this. That is, here we display the token and show the spread between the funding rates. Where the funding rate is negative, we go long. Where the funding rate is positive, we go short. If both funding rates are negative, we go long where it's more negative and short where it's less negative. So if the funding rate is negative, there are a lot of short sellers and the shorts pay the longs. And it works the other way around as well. If the funding rate is positive, then longs pay shorts. That's it. That's why you can do funding arbitrage. All of this is available here too. In addition, there's an AI system here that will help you with arbitrage. Sentiment analysis, NFT scanner, one-chain, there's a lot of stuff here. Guides and case studies, you can check all of that out here. And they have several types of subscriptions. These are respectively starter, business class, and enterprise. They are available for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year. The more months you choose for your subscription, the cheaper it will be. Under each subscription, it says what you get, so choose the one that suits you best. For example, starting from the business subscription and above, you'll be entered into a giveaway. On December 31st, they will give away $5,000 and one of you will win that $5,000. And honestly, with that kind of capital, you could consistently earn from arbitrage. So definitely take part in this as well. You just buy a subscription. I'll leave a link to this giveaway in the description. You get tickets for every subscription for every action you take. For example, mentioning the scanner, making a video about it, reposting something, all of these earn you tickets. The more tickets you have, the higher your chances. There are also special subscriptions at the bottom, Guru and VIP. The Guru subscription gives you a personal manager who will assist you. You also get access to the website, events, and a private chat where people share their trades, discuss their strategies, and show signals. So, for those who want to join the private chat and earn with Arbitrage Scanner along with other arbitrageurs, the Guru subscription is actually a very cost-effective option. You save almost $2,500, so you can go for the Guru or VIP subscription if you're already a professional arbitrageur and want to use all the features. So choose the subscription that suits you best. And I also have a promo code for you that will give you 30% cash back. And that means when you buy a subscription, I'll give you 30% back. Plus, you'll get an extra 30 days added to your subscription. All the useful links are in the description, so dive in and check out the details. In this way, thanks to the Arbitrage Scanner software, we can look for spreads on delistings, listings, between exchanges, between futures, funding rates. In other words, everything is available in one piece of software. You buy a subscription, use it, and make money on cryptocurrency arbitrage. We have a lot of detailed videos about Arbitrage Scanner, about how to use different strategies, trade reviews, so be sure to subscribe if you're into arbitrage. Share this video with your friends so they can also watch and understand how to make money with cryptocurrency arbitrage. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and leave a comment. And I'll see you in the next videos. Bye everyone!